Hello, this is Rajiv Nalavadi, and welcome to Life's Magical Journeys YouTube channel. So, today we'll be talking about Maurice Leblanc. He's a novelist from France. Oh, look at his mustache. I would like to sport such a mustache sometime, maybe in the future. But for now, this works, whatever mustache I have. Maurice Leblanc was born in Rouen, Normandy, France, in 1864. So his life spans like the 19th and the 20th centuries. So his contributions to the detective fiction genre earned him like a distinguished place in literature. And he's compared with the likes of Arthur Conan Doyle and Agatha Christie, who are well known in their own rights, right? And amazing novelists, Arthur Conan Doyle and Agatha Christie as well. So we'll talk about them sometime in the one of the future videos. So, originally aspiring to become a high society writer, Leblanc's early literary efforts were met with a modest success. So, when Leblanc wrote uh, most of his novels, and we'll talk about his famous character pretty soon, he established him as a prominent uh, like personality. So he won the award, which is the Legion of Honor, which is France's the highest order of merit for his contributions to French literature. He passed away on November 6, 1941, in Perpignan, France, leaving behind a legacy. And it transcends time. His novels no, transcend like a lot of novelists even in his time frame, and even the current novelists in this specific genre of detective fiction. So he created this character called Arsene Lupin. Arsene Lupin, which is a creation by him, he's a gentleman thief. So he's sort of an anti-hero. It's a thief story, a very interesting way to portray like a particular character, right? And he made him very famous, Arsene Lupin. And Arsene Lupin is also a Netflix series. So if you happen to be on Netflix, do go ahead and watch it. Uh, it's a wonderful, fast-moving kind of a series, and the episodes move pretty fast. Uh, Anyone read his novels? So he has this Arsene Lupin, The Gentleman Thief. It's a collection of nine stories by Maurice Leblanc, and it introduced him to the world of uh, Arsene Lupin and the sophisticated master of disguise and thievery. So Arsene Lupin is very much known for coming out with different disguises, and the Netflix series portrayed it very well as when I watched it. So it's a collection that establishes Lupin as a French counterpart to Sherlock Holmes. So albeit this Arsene Lupin has a penchant for committing crimes rather than detection and solving, which Sherlock Holmes is well known for. So the stories are very witty and very humorous, and it sort of captures the clever escapades of Lupin, who has a strong moral code. He operates with a strong code of conduct that is often choosing the victims who are themselves literally corrupt or who are exceedingly wealthy. So, sort of a Robin Hood kind of character, Robin Hood kind of character here in R.C. Lupin. So Lupin's charm and intelligence, it kind of attracts people to him, being bait in the wealthy counterparts that he is trying to steal from, and it makes him like sort of a gentleman thief. He has very gentleman manners, and brings in the admiration of the public as well. He eludes the capture by the police and rivals alike. And the collection itself begins with the arrest of Arsene Lupin, where he's captured aboard a transatlantic steamer. But of course, he has to escape, and that sets the tones for the adventures, multiple adventures to come. So each story is sort of capturing Lupin's versatility in pulling off these heists, and he's outwitting everyone, his adversaries, and he's also serving justice by stealing from the wealthy and the morally corrupt ones in the society. So he has his own, he's establishing his own justice in his own unique way. The escape of Arsene Lupin, where he is evading the capture, right? And sort of the continuation to that is the mysterious traveler, where he identifies a fellow passenger on a train that captivates his interest, and it showcases like the flair for solving the mysteries that puzzle even the police. And the Queen's necklace is another sort of Lupin's sense of justice as he seeks to return the necklace to its rightful owners. And thus, he's exposing a lot of corruption and deceit in the French aristocracy at that time. Throughout the collection, he is pursued by the Inspector Ganimard, who is always very smart and witty character as well. And even though the inspector is smart, he always being outwitted, of course, by the Lupin as a person, and there is a dynamic rivalry that enhances like sort of the story's charm, and the series actually capture it very well. As a reader, I could imagine some of the scenarios, but when you actually see it on the screen, that's like the director and the screenwriters bring it to life, right? And that was wonderful. So I would salute to the Netflix series creators as well of Arsene Lupin. So, Arsene Lupin, Gentleman Thief, it's a collection of nine stories. So, the next one was Arsene Lupin versus Herlock Sholmes. So, uh, you would question why not Sherlock Holmes, right? So, Maurice had to use this different name because there is a lot of copyright around Sherlock Holmes as a character himself and as a detective. So, it's a very captivating novel that puts up these two literature's greatest minds against each other in a battle of wits, and there is a lot of mastery that is showed from each one of them, and it creates a very delightful play of rivalry. Although Arsene Lupin is the thief. He's a gentleman thief, liked by everyone, and his classic detective rival being Herlock Holmes, which is Arthur Conan Doyle's character Sherlock Holmes, but renamed so due to copyright concerns by Morris himself. At that time, he couldn't use the name Sherlock Holmes. So the novel comprises of two parts: the blonde lady and the Jewish lamp. So each one of them narrates a series of intricate duels between Lupin and Sholmes, and there is theft, and then there is cunning disguises that always pose like a challenge to Sholmes. And there is Sholmes is of course like very logical, and he's very observational as well. So there is like a strong characters that are playing against each other in this rivalry, which makes it an interesting read. And the blonde lady, Lupin commits a series of daring robberies, leaving behind no clue, but there is always a card with his name. So his thefts are intricately planned and executed with flawless precision. So the police are kind of in a way they do want to solve and capture Lupin, but there is also an admiration from the public that he's experiencing. So the theft of the precious cornet of the princess de Laval, the French police find themselves uh, like outwitted and outmatched. So they call in Herlock Sholmes to as a detective to solve the case. So Sholmes, of course, is accompanied by his loyal friend Wilson, a stand-in for Dr. Watson, and he embarks on a quest to capture Lupin. The cat and mouse game intensifies. There is clever maneuvers from each side, and there is an counter maneuver from the other side. So the rivalry actually is thriving in this particular novel. So it's a very interesting read. After the Blonde Lady, it's the Jewish Lamb that continues the rivalry with the mysterious theft of the antique lamp. And Sholmes and Wilson are again on a thrilling chase across France. And throughout, Lupin is always one step ahead. He's a mastery of disguise and escape, and he's also earning a lot of respect and admiration. Like the rivals, Sholmes and Wilson, also are admired for their detective skills, but the public seems to be more attracted towards Arsene Lupin. So there is a mutual recognition of each other's talents. Like Sholmes recognizes it in Lupin, and Lupin recognizes how fast Sholmes is getting up on his back, and their rivalry is kind of exploring the themes of honor among the thieves, and there is a thin line between law and lawlessness, right? And both are at their peak in this particular novel. So a very interesting read. They are they emerge as counterparts, but also like both of them are at their respective pinnacles in their own world of thievery, and one as a detective. So wonderful, wonderful read. So I would encourage the readers to go and read Arsene Lupin versus Herlock Sholmes. So that's it for today. And do subscribe to Life's Magical Journeys, and also on the other socials of Facebook, Insta, and LinkedIn. And I hope to see you all soon. Thanks a lot, and bye.